No country is perfect, but that doesn't mean I can't bitch about it. Last time I spoke about 5 things I really loved in Korea, so I thought to keep it a little more balanced, I would speak about 5 things I really couldn't stand in Korea. And these are not some deep-rooted social issues, but more everyday things that just got on my nerves a lot. And I feel somehow always a disclaimer needs to be made when someone talks about the negative stuff, so this is my personal experience and my personal assessment of life in Korea. So if you've lived in Korea for, I don't know, 2 or more years as I have, feel free to have your own impression, but these are things that I noticed and also other German friends living in Korea noticed, so deal with it. The first thing are, I would call them non-obliging promises. Oh my gosh. Imagine this. You enter university in Korea, for example, you meet lots of awesome people and you just want to be friends with them, right? So you talk with them, you really seem to hit it off. You might even exchange numbers or like messenger IDs, and then they say, let's have lunch together next time. But that lunch never happens. And this is a problem kind of rooted in the Korean language, I think, because let's eat something together soon, for example, 다음에 같이 밥 먹자. That's kind of a greeting phrase. It does not really mean, oh, we will definitely get lunch together next time. And that next time, when should that be? Tomorrow, or next week, or next month, or next year, or next life? Of course, there will sometimes be people who really want to meet you again, but you will notice. If somebody wants to meet you, they will meet you. If they just maybe wanted to talk to you to practice some English, or because it was kind of cool that there was a foreigner in their class, and they just wanted to speak to you but not really get to know you, yeah, they will probably say something like, let's meet up next time, and that will never happen. The second thing is people staring at you, the foreigner. This is kind of understandable. A lot of people still have not seen a foreigner in the flesh, especially if you're not like in central Seoul or neighborhoods, for example, with a lot of old people who of course do not have the chance to meet foreigners in university as younger people might. So while it is understandable, it is also hard to get used to, because this is not something conceited, like you could be ugly AF and still people would look at you. So this is not like a, oh, I'm such a superstar delusion. But if you walk down a street, especially for example a neighborhood I lived in, at least 1 or 2 people would always be watching me. Of course, like you're free to look at whoever you want to, but if you know somebody is always kind of looking at you, you do tend to get self-conscious, and especially foreigners can make mistakes in a foreign country, right? Even if it's just something small, like there's push on the door, but you pull because it's in Korean and you don't really know, you don't really remember, oh, is this word push or pull? And usually if nobody sees you, like no big deal, but if the 3 or 4 people standing next to the shop look at you and see you making a fool out of yourself, man, it does not feel good. In general, if I had a really good day, it would be like, oh, hey friend, yeah friend, I wave, I smile, I feel good, we can all hang out together. But if I was in a bad mood to begin with and people just stared at me, I was like, what? Have you never seen a girl who is about to kick your ass before? I'm not some animal in the zoo, I'm just a human, so what's your problem? And I mean, seriously, it just doesn't feel good if you're like waiting for the bus in the evening and you're alone and some old dude keeps staring at you. And to be honest, it's just rude. Like, it is understandable to a certain degree, but it's rude. So yeah, if people who really want to see foreigners that badly, to the extent that they feel okay with making the foreigner feel uncomfortable, they should just look up pictures on the internet. Like that, oh, like I said, on the bad mood days, I was so pissed off at those people. The third thing is something really that boggles my mind, and my friends, my German friends who've been to Korea as well, people in general seem to be lacking spatial awareness. of course, like Seoul is a big city. There are a lot of people. So if somebody bumps into me, like I can understand that, kind of. In Germany, usually when you walk and a person is coming towards you and you see in their way there's some obstacle, so they will have to walk slightly in your direction, you would automatically give them some more space to let them pass, right? In Korea, people don't do that. Like so many times I had some kind of obstacle, like I don't know, a sign or some trash bags, so I would walk closer to the person that was coming in my direction, and instead of like yielding a little bit, they would just like really make me wait, make me stop and wait until they passed so that I could keep walking. And I was like, dude, that's so fucking rude, like what is wrong with you? Well, I don't think they're trying to be rude, they just don't notice, like they have this tunnel vision. And it doesn't help that a lot of the people just keep watching, like keep looking at their phone while they walk, which is also super dangerous. The fourth thing is that people are not really flexible. One example, I used some kind of prepaid phone for my 2 years in Korea, and I had to buy a code at the convenience store to reload my phone. So even though I went into the convenience store with a barcode on my phone saying, okay, I need this exact code for my prepaid phone, please scan it, they would not do that. They would simply not do that. Like seriously, this seriously happened in the middle of the night. One time I wanted to reload my phone and it would take about maybe 7 seconds to do it if they would just scan it and let me pay the money, but it took 15 minutes because that guy was not willing to just scan my damn code, but decided that he had to look through his book what kind of code I could possibly use. And I even when he had found the page, I was like, yeah, it's this one, yeah, it's the right one, yeah, I used it before. Please sir, scan this one, please, I just want to go home. And he didn't do it, and it was ridiculous. And similar to that, if you go to like fast food restaurants, say you want this and this, but something taken out, they usually are not able to do that, which I don't understand. But yeah, I witnessed so many instances where people were not able to think in a slightly different way than they were used to. Like that seemed so weird, because it's not, none of these things were like a really big, a really important event. It's just like, can you please just take the tomato out of my burger? Or could you please just scan the damn code, man? And last but not least, it's very hard to eat by yourself in Korea. Most restaurants will cater to at least 2 people or bigger groups, especially the ones where you grill something that could be meat or rice. But even ice cream, like there's the Korean bingsu ice, and that's like a huge portion, and you kind of need to go with at least 2 people to be able to eat that. Some restaurants won't even accept you when you're there by yourself. Like they will say, no, at least 2 people, come back when you made a friend. But even if a restaurant does accept you, it still feels weird. Especially in somewhere bigger restaurants, not a lot of people go by themselves, and like I said, you get stared at if you're a foreigner, and you kind of get stared at if you eat by yourself as well. So if you're a foreigner eating by themselves, yeah, get ready to get stared at. And yeah, basically that just resulted in me not really eating anything big in the first 1 or 2 months after I started university in Korea. Because like I said, I didn't really have friends who wanted to eat with me yet. So I could only kind of eat ramen every day by myself. It was a lonely time. So yeah, those are 5 things that somewhat annoyed me in everyday life. It's just like kind of small things that I thought, oh man, this is really need to be this way. But still, I love Korea very much, and I will be going back to Korea very soon. So whatever, I just need to get used to it again, I guess. If you have been to Korea before, let me know what kind of got on your nerves. Or if you have not, what kind of habits really drive you crazy in your home country? I'm really curious about that. Anyway, that's it for now. See you next time. Bye!